This is video number 3 in my series of videos helping subscribers by reviewing their channels at their own request and seeing if there's anything that I can point out or help with, or any feedback I can give to help them improve. I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert. It's just a second set of eyes to take a look at your channel and see if there's anything I can do to help. So today we are looking at Adam from The Basement Economist. Adam's somebody who is of course a subscriber of mine, but also reached out to me by email, and we've been emailing back and forth quite a lot. And he has some interesting things on his journey that I think will be of interest to other people who are new to YouTube. So let's take a look at Adam's channel and see what we can work out. So let's start by looking at his banner then. So banners, channel names, all of this stuff is not important. Okay, let's just let me say that now. But of course, it's something you can optimize. Although it won't make much difference, it's still worth spending the time on once you're up and running and you're established. Adam's banner here, I like it. It's interesting, but it doesn't have anything to do with economics or finance. So at the least, maybe you could add some text in here just to say what you do. You could have The Basement Economist or whatever, and then you just have financial tips, blah, blah, blah. A few little points underneath maybe, just to give that overall impression of what your channel is actually about. Coming down to the profile picture, I like that. It's a good quality picture, and I think it has a professional look, not just as in the quality of the image, but I don't know what it is. There's something about it that I like that shows you as a professional. I think it's a good picture, so I would keep that. The Basement Economist, I know now Adam has changed his focus of his channel and the name, I believe more than once, but at least once. And he used to be called Adam Tinkers, but he also had the finance tips on here because, as far as I understand it, his journey is that he has a lot of things he likes and is interested in. And he's made other videos in the past on his channel about other things like CNC machines, for example. So it's completely unrelated to the current niche that he's in, which is now finance. So what's happened on Adam's channel is that he's created some videos, he's gained some subscribers, and then he's changed niche. Now, I don't know whether he's lost any subscribers actually, but when you change niche, two things happen. One, some of the subscribers may not be interested. Now, they may not unsubscribe, but the problem there then is that if they're still subscribed but they're not interested in what you do, they're basically dead subscribers. And if your videos then get sent out to them on finance when you used to talk about, say, tech, they may not be interested. So when YouTube serves them the videos and they don't watch, that implies to YouTube that the videos aren't good for some reason and that they shouldn't push them anymore. What you want is people who are engaged, who do like your videos, who then react favorably, and then YouTube goes out and finds more people like them and expands the reach of your videos to other people. If you change niche, that can be a problem because firstly, some of your subscribers aren't interested. The second reason is that YouTube doesn't know what to do with you, because where you were doing, say, tech videos, you're now doing finance. So it maybe is still thinking you're a tech channel and it's getting confused. The algorithm is not good, as I've talked about in many of my videos, and it's not my opinion. It comes straight from the mouth of YouTube itself. It's not good at finding you an initial audience. It's good at finding people like an audience once it finds you that actual audience, but it's not good at finding you an initial audience. So when you change niche like this, it can create some, let's say, slowdown for your channel, some problems in YouTube finding you the right people initially, and that will be quite clear in where your videos are being shown. If you're looking at where your videos are being suggested or recommended after, and those videos are nothing to do with your current niche, then you realize that whatever you do right now isn't going to make any difference except to niche down and keep creating content in a very small bubble, a small area with a good focus, that then will allow YouTube eventually to work out what you're doing. So he's changed his channel name, he's changed his channel niche, so that may slow down things for him. So don't be too concerned, Adam, if you know, we've talked a little bit and there's maybe you feel like your views are going downwards. That could actually be a good thing because it's YouTube changing the way it shows your videos, or it's not quite got there yet and it's showing them to those people who were interested in the tech but aren't interested in the finance. So you should see, hopefully, that the views may well go down, but as you gain more subscribers who are interested in finance, and perhaps you lose some of the ones who are no longer interested because you changed niche, then the views hopefully will start to go up. That's what I've seen on my channel, and I haven't changed niche. It's just when YouTube worked out my niche, it got much better. Let's take a look at his his channel description. He has 84 subscribers at the moment with 15 videos. Not too bad. He has a mix, let's just take a quick look. A mix of long form and a few shorts there. So his description of his channel, where we break down money, economics, and everyday financial decisions in a way that actually makes sense, all from my basement. I would put more into that. I think it's good. The first line does actually say what your channel does. I know you've watched my search video, and what you can do with that kind of information on that search video is if you can go in and find other terms around finance, other keywords, let's say, and write them into your description in a way that flows naturally. So you could say, I talk about how to retire early, I talk about investing, whatever it is that you do on here, that you can branch out and get a bigger amount of keywords that people can then, or YouTube can then understand what your channel's about, and then show your channel to people who are interested in those things. Try and add some more stuff into that using keywords from YouTube search, for example, that people are actually looking for, so YouTube knows what to do with your channel. He's been going for, in this current finance niche, around a month. So, I mean, for a month, 84 subscribers is pretty decent, I would say, with just 15 videos. But, of course, as we know, some of them come from your other niche, perhaps. So let us know in the comments below a little bit more about that if you can, because that might be helpful to people to sort of understand where you started, when you started the finance. Where were you? How many subscribers did you have? How long had you been going before that? How long has your channel actually existed? You can see, I mean, November 2021, but I don't know if that's when you started with videos. So let us know if you can in the comments below, because that would be of interest. So I know you've been in contact with Rainer. I know you've probably, I don't know if you listened to my advice or you've just done it anyway because you thought it was smart, but you've been networking. You've emailed me as well. So you're interested, and you say you're an extrovert, which makes sense why you'd want to reach out to lots of people. So that's great. I mean, that could be a really good thing for you, reaching out to people and finding support, help, bit of guidance, just someone to bounce ideas off. I think that's a good thing to do. I have a free school group now. I'm going to do a quick video about that, but if anybody wants to join that, it's completely free. There's no obligation. Well, it's not free to me. I pay for it for you guys, but for you guys, it's free. And you can join that if you want to and just interact with other people that are subscribed to the channel. It's small at the moment. I think there's 3 of us in there, but I haven't really promoted it. So I'm going to start mentioning it in videos like I am now. So if you want to join that school group, you can, and you can ask any questions directly to me or anybody else in there, and hopefully everybody can help each other to grow. So your focus is good now. You have some videos that are in the finance niche. This one was slightly outside of it, but I found it interesting. I like that one. It's a bit more about you. As I understand it, you retired when you were 52. I think you're 53 now. So I think that would be a subject of interest, and I think that would be something perfect to put into your video description, because that sort of thing is what people are interested in. I think they're interested in that, even if they maybe can't achieve that themselves because it's that not selling the dream, but because you've done it, but it's getting people's interest. It's a curiosity thing. Oh, how did he do that? That's interesting. I want to know about that. So I think you could leverage that a little more and maybe talk about that a little more, which maybe you plan to in the future, to really go into detail. How did you do that? What did you do? I'm going to guess it was investments, but I could be completely wrong. So I'm interested to know, and I think other people would be as well. And it also gives you that credibility that you have achieved something that many people want to do. So people want to know, okay, how did you do this then? So I think you could leverage that in all sorts of places, but in your description, in your videos, talk a bit more about it, show what your plan was step by step. Your videos are good quality. Obviously, you have skills in editing already, or you have been practicing because you've done other videos. So that's great. I think quality-wise and stuff, you've got everything down. The only criticism I would level is audio. There's two main things I've noticed with audio. Some of it is still in these videos, I think, but certainly in some of your older videos, the audio was out of sync with the actual video. So you were talking and the words were coming either before or after, and it looked unnatural. I think to an extent that might still be happening. What you could do if you notice that at all yourself, or you feel like it's a bit off, is that in most editing programs, they have an option where you can sync a video file and an audio track together. So consider looking for that option, or just carefully moving the whole audio file to line up properly with the video so it runs in time. The other issue you had was, I believe, on this credit card video. I don't know if I can record the sound here.
I had a lot of credit cards. Never met a millionaire. You spend $2,000 saying that you have better control.
Yeah, so
that's a loss of 206.
So here you've got two different audio levels. Something's happened where your audio was good, and then it starts, I believe, clipping, so it gets distorted. Let's see if I can show you.
$50. Come on, we don't need to do that. I know you're going to.
There it goes.
Comments down below saying that you have better control, which is probably.
I don't know if that shows up properly on the video like this, but basically your audio level suddenly jumps and it's distorting. So audio is probably one of the most important things there is on your videos. It's more important than the visual stuff. It's more important than all the editing and the effects and stuff. What I think you need to be careful of is those kind of issues where either it's out of sync or it starts distorting, and I think it goes back again after a minute or so. If I go through one of my videos and I've made a mistake, because what I normally do is I go through the video as I'm editing, of course, and then I try and go back through, and I either play it back faster or I put it into YouTube, upload it, and then I rewatch it at, say, 2 times speed. If I notice mistakes, sometimes I will go back and I'll fix it, and then I'll re-render the video and re-upload it. If I notice an audio mistake, I pretty much 100% I'm going to go back and fix it. I've had times when in CapCut it drops the audio level down, and so there's suddenly a portion that's quieter than the rest. I can't deal with that. I have to fix it if I see it, especially nowadays. So be careful with your audio, I think, because that is something that can really push people away from otherwise great content, I think, that you have. You use a lot of good, let's see, you've got titles. Sometimes when you have text on the screen, it's not quite there for long enough. I think maybe some of these titles are examples of that. Yeah. Here, for example, if we play that.
So if you spend $2,000 a month, you're going to get $40 back. However, based on the research, you will spend 15% more.
So here, what I would consider doing is, when there's a lot of figures and numbers, maybe you want to keep the previous ones on the screen and then add these extra ones so that you can compare and you can see, and you don't have to try and keep it all in your head. So have a bit more of a list, or a split screen maybe, which you do use. I've seen you use in some of your videos a split screen with you on one side and the stats and stuff on the other side. Because I think sometimes it jumps and I'm like, what was the last numbers? And I forget what the actual message is in the end, because I'm having to try and remember what was on the screen before and what's now on the screen. And so having them together, I think, would be better. It's a small thing, but maybe something that would help, especially some slower people like me. Now, when we talk about engagement and we're talking about calls to action, I noticed in some of your comments that you don't have your own pinned comment. And what you could do is have a pinned comment as a call to action as well. So let me know your opinions on blah, blah, blah. Sometimes having a comment already there will allow people to more easily comment themselves because they're not the first. So because you've already got that pinned comment in there, they're feeling like, okay, the conversation's already started, I can join it. Whereas they're having to otherwise start the conversation. Something else about comments, let me just go back. Here we have 3 comments, which is good. So some engagement here and some big channels as well. So this guy's saying all the best with your channel, and you say, thank you. Rainer's here as well. Congratulations on the new look coming live from the basement. And you say, thank you. Very well done. Looking forward to seeing more. And you say, I think you've guessed it, thank you. So bear in mind that YouTube can see the comments and read them. So writing a little bit more in there, firstly, allows YouTube to gather more information because you might be able to start a discussion, because thank you is basically a conversation stopper. Whereas if you come with a little bit more quantity to your comment, that can encourage a little bit more conversation. Maybe the person replies back again, and then you're getting more engagement and more comments. It might also encourage other people then to join in because they might have an opinion on what the person's talking about as well. So what I try to do myself, and I'm not saying it always works, but I try to give everybody a personalized answer, especially when we're small, because we have the time to do that. So put a little bit more. So this person says, all the best with your channel. You could say something like, thanks very much. I see that you're on, maybe you couldn't see this, but I can because I've got vidIQ. I see you're on 1.96 million subscribers. That's fantastic. If you've got any tips for me, let me know. So then they might write back to you here. And again, it's getting more comments, more engagement. Same with Rainer here. I know you have, you've spoken to Rainer and been emailing and stuff. So you have a relationship there, but congrats on a new look. You could say, thanks a lot. Thanks for all your tips. Some of the things I found really helpful were blah, blah, blah. It's just that thing where then maybe Rainer comes back again and says, oh, no problem, anytime or something. It's another comment and it's more engagement. Same here. Well done. Looking forward to seeing more. Thanks a lot. Let me know if there's anything specific you like to see. Is there anything particular that you've enjoyed so far that you want me to focus more on? For example, simple replies, but with more substance, more stuff, more keywords, if you like, for YouTube to read and understand and see what your channel's about, but also making each person feel that you've taken the time to individually answer them and maybe even start a conversation with them. So consider that, your replies to the comments. I think that's super important. And you're clearly a social person and as you say, an extrovert yourself and very likable. So I think that you're not utilizing your skills here and your marketing experience, for example, by just saying thank you. Overall, your channel is very professional. You have good production values and good quality from the start, which is good. You're obviously skilled in this area. Your set's good. It's interesting. Your visuals are good. The audio is generally good. Maybe just needs a little work here and there. You've got good camera presence as well. You talk well on camera. You don't seem nervous. You have a good flow. And I honestly think that now you've niched down, it may take some time. It may take a little more time than it would if you'd started fresh on a channel. I don't think you should go and start fresh now. I think you've got a good basis. I think you should just go with it. Just give YouTube the time to work out what it's got to do with you. And I don't see any reason why you can't be very successful. Now, what I normally do on these video reviews as well is I show somebody else in the niche who is doing well and compare, because here we can talk a little bit about thumbnails. I think your thumbnails have got better. I like these two here particularly. Even this one's good. I think, and that one's good. So all of them are really quite good. The ones I don't like so much are your earlier ones where you have these sort of cartoony looking coins and stuff. I feel like for a more professional look, these are the type of ones you want to target. And if we go to Nischa's channel, Nischa is a previous or former investment banker and accountant who basically does what you're doing, gives financial tips. And we can see here that Nischa has a theme to her thumbnails, same font pretty much, same side with the text, her on one side, text on the other. She even pretty much wears the same clothes or the same color, just to keep like a theme. And that's something that I often do as well. I often wear a dark blue or black t-shirt in mine. I just feel like it blends into my background better than say what I'm wearing right now. I'm not overly bothered about it, but I think hers look very sleek, professional, and you automatically know as soon as you see it, Nischa's got a new video. So this is something you could consider. And she has 1.86 million subscribers. So doing research on these type of channels is a great way to get video ideas as well. So regarding thumbnails then, I think you're on the right track, but maybe you want to settle on a sort of theme, if you like, a channel theme. So pick a theme, pick a font, pick some colors, whatever it is, and just consider it. It's not necessary, but I think this looks really good. So very professional. So I think you're almost there yourself anyway, but just maybe theme them a little. And that's really all I've got. Focus on thumbnails, keep producing videos around the same topics, make sure your audio is good. And I don't see any reason why your channel can't be really successful. I think you're doing a great job, and just keep it up. And thanks also for reaching out and asking me to take a look at your channel and for all the communication back and forth. And I hope that's helped you in some way. I hope that's helped other people who are thinking about changing niche or changing their branding on their channel. That it can have an effect, can slow things down, but overall, I think if you've got to find something you want to do, you want to make videos about, and once you do, then you've just got to go for it and try and stay within that niche as much as you can. And there's no reason, with some work and just some focus and some consistency, that you can't be successful. I'm sure you will be. And good job with the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Take care.